Hi everybody, this is Dr. Tom Webb. I'm creating this video to showcase a new way to create charts and graphs using Google's Gemini model. So I have a window open here for the Gemini app. It is on the Gemini Pro kind of free version that's available. This is not using Gemini Ultra. And I was looking at creating some healthcare data and some charts around that. And so I was seeing if Gemini could do this for us. So I'm going to enter a prompt here and down here, and I copied and pasted it from something that I had available already. So what the prompt is create a bar graph of U.S. healthcare expenditure as a percentage of U.S. GDP starting in 1980 to 2020 using data points every 5 years. So of course I had to experiment a few times to figure out how to create this prompt. Additionally, I've also experimented with giving it a persona of saying, you're an expert data analyst or something to that effect. Actually, that seemed to make the performance a little bit worse. So just going with the very straight instructions here. And so if we hit enter on this, and it's going to create, let's see what this says. So we're doing this live. And it's spinning. And thinking very hard about this answer. So here's the graph. And we found, okay. So what's really cool is it produced a graph. Just eyeballing it from knowing some of these numbers, it looks pretty good. Look at, you even have this kind of hover feature about this. Maybe this is not the title and the style you want. So what I actually found out playing with this is if you scroll down here, make sure, it's giving you the warning, make sure the data in the chart looks good. So the first feature that I found was really cool available here is this editing the chart. And first thing is it allows you to change like different chart types. So here we just jumped to line chart. I think there's the scatter plots available here to show the dots. We've got the bar chart here. But really I thought was cool was this customize feature that allows you to change the title and the axis titles. So what if we just wanted to change it to U.S., let's make this a little more proper, U.S. healthcare expenditure by GDP. And then let's just say dash 1980 to 2020. We could leave year alone. And let's just say we wanted to make this horizontal axis just U.S. healthcare. And actually, let's just go percent. Oops, that's dollars. Percent U.S. HCE of GDP. We got that. Oh, and you also have this like horizontal bar chart. So we'll change it to column type back again. And then you notice that actually gives us a different option too. So we got that. So we can update. And now we have our data here with the different titles. You can download this. If you download this image and maybe my video is blocking it a little bit, but you can see you get a PNG file of this that you can use in a presentation. So that's really cool. Another thing that I thought was really cool was show the code behind this result. So it is going to show you the Python code that it used to generate this. So it generated the Python code. You can copy and paste this right into a feature and into a workbook or Jupyter Notebook into this and use this Python code with this. So another question might be, is this data any good? So it gave us this data, didn't tell us where it's from. One thing you'll find out is it actually won't do that. I mean, it says here's some other data sources, but I don't exactly know where that's from. But we can compare it. So CMS, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, actually publishes data on this. And so I ended up actually downloading it. Free downloads for this. You have, I think it's one of these here, NHE summary, including share of GDP from 1960 to 2022, so certainly covering the years we've got. I did throw together an Excel graph on this comparing the two. So really close, but not exact from to the data source that I use from CMS. So we are seeing the CMS numbers just slightly under what Gemini produced. We actually get in 2020 the points matching. So that's kind of interesting and getting some really close pieces. Some years better than others, but are really interesting at how close, without having to tell Gemini anything other than like just the U.S. Healthcare expenditure by GDP, that it was able to produce something very, very close. Certainly, you want to fact check the numbers for other things. I have tried this for other like national statistics, and it seems to do a pretty decent job of obtaining those. One thing I do want to point out, going back to the Gemini model here, is, and I have some historical charts that I was recreating, is it did take a little bit to get the prompt correct. And what was interesting, so I actually created a new window there, was I actually started by asking it for line graphs. And so initially it actually didn't produce it, but then I do have some other examples where I said, hey, create a line graph of this. And then it created these like images which don't look anything correct. So that's weird. When I did another line graph request, it actually made it, what we just saw. So that looks good, but this number seems a little small. What is it? 18.8. So yeah, that's quite a bit smaller than the other one was producing. Here's another version that I saw. Like, once again, it made some pictures of this that looked nothing like anything. And it's, weird kind of images around this. So not exactly what we were looking for. And then here I did get it to reproduce. And so actually, this is where I said show a line graph. And so the wording certainly matters. And so I received this actually quite a few times initially was, I can't directly generate the graph here. And it did give a lot of the data. Actually, this 19.5 looks good again, but it's saying, oh yeah, you could drop this in Google Sheets or Data Wrapper or Trading Views, as an option to do this. So it is finicky, but it is cool that this seems to be something that is going to be a new feature of generative AI that we can look for. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this got you excited about the future applications of generative AI in data analytics and creating charts and graphs. If you've had your own experience doing this with generative AI, would love to hear more about what you did, please share in the comments below. And if you like material like this, make sure to follow me on LinkedIn.